Morning, everybody. I know it's been a long time. Welcome back to Excel today. We were gone for a while. We were on a hiatus there just because we were both super busy and our schedules did not ever meet up again for a show date until today. So welcome back. Yeah. And then, it's been a while. Hello, Juan from Madrid. I hope you're enjoying today's show so far. Let's see. It's just been a while, guys. Like I said, Joe's been teaching quite a bit. I got busy with other meetings and projects and stuff like that, and we finally were able to reconnect to get today's show going. We are going to do DAX Expressions and Power BI. Joe's was super excited about that when we were bringing up topics. So that's what we'll be doing today. I hope you guys have been enjoying all the new content that's coming up on the channel. I know there's been a lot lately, and I want to thank everyone for getting us to 250,000 subscribers. That just happened last week, so thank you for that. Onwards to 1 million. So hopefully we get there soon. But yeah, thank you very much for all that. And the access videos have been super popular, and the Visio videos have been super popular. We have a Visio Advanced this Friday, and again, it's going to be the continued cadence of once a week, and we have videos being recorded nonstop. And Joe, I think you've been working on the Office 2021 videos already.
Oh yes. Right now we're working on SharePoint. That's going to be awesome. So like Ben said, I feel like I haven't been here in forever. So thanks for everyone just showing up and saying hello. Thanks to Laura. I appreciate it.
Thanks for Laura, yeah. And then, let's get to mugs. Neither one of us.
That we don't have. We don't have the mugs.
Yeah, we don't have mugs. It's, anyone who's new to watching, we usually have a mug that we show because it's something, that you can differentiate yourself at the workplace. But people are getting back into the office in person and stuff like that. So, you have to get back to using a dress code and everything like that. And, one of the few ways you could show individual flair in the office space was your mug. So we had a little thing where we're doing that, but I ran out of mugs. I think I showed every single mug in my cupboard.
I definitely did. Yeah, I showed everything. I have a mug just sitting here with coffee from yesterday, so I'm not going to show you that. But, just me and my son.
Oh, nice.
But what I wanted to show you all, which you should all try, by the way, this is not a sponsor, but is Mountain Dew melon. It tastes like the watermelon Jawbreakers, or no, Jolly Ranchers. It's so good. So.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely have to try that. I've been hearing good things about it for quite a while, actually. So look forward to that. You have a treat.
When
I don't have mugs, I always go with classic video games. This is an older one. This is actually on the Dreamcast, as you can tell right here. This is my favorite RPG. I can't say JRPG because it's made by Ubisoft. They're here in San Francisco, but it's Grandia 2. Fantastic game. This one actually this version came with the soundtrack on a separate CD. Probably going to sell this. But around, yeah. So, and just some quick channel updates. I know we usually do it right after this, but like I said, we have all the videos upcoming, and as I alluded to, we are recording the entire Office 2021 studio. So we have our Office suite, I should say. So we will have those videos rolling out in 2022. We already have our schedule set for the rest of the year. So you guys can look forward to, we have Lightroom coming up, Adobe Lightroom. We just got Adobe Premiere Pro videos done. We have SQL querying videos upcoming. We have a fundamentals and an advanced class upcoming. We have Project 2019 upcoming. We're still going to finish the Project 2019 Office suite completely, and then we're going to start kicking off right into Office 2021. So you guys can look forward to all that, and then also as always, let us know what you guys want to see, and like what programs you're using at work, so we can make more videos for you guys that are relevant to your guys' work every single day. I think we've been doing a pretty good job. It seems like everyone's been really enjoying the videos lately, so we've been having higher view counts than usual and everything like that. So I hope you guys are enjoying all that. And then see, no Mountain Dew for Soloria though. All right. Well, and then as always, guys, if you like all our videos or anything like that, please like, subscribe, comment on all of them. It really helps us out a lot. It's a huge. It that's how we're able to continue to make videos for everybody is, just by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. It helps out tremendously. And then without further ado, Power Apps. Yes, Power Apps has actually already been recorded, Sarath. That I'm getting, or I shouldn't say already recorded, is being recorded right now. I just got an update on it yesterday. So we will have Power Apps and Power Automate videos coming up as well. So those are already being recorded or set to record. So yeah, we have a nice backlog now. That's what we've been doing. Been busy making a ton of videos, so that's why you haven't seen the show lately. It's just because I've been lining up instructors and topics and everything like that from all the feedback you guys give us to get those videos created. So yes, Power Apps before the end of the year for sure.
I love Power Automation. Such a good application. Awesome.
All right. So without further ado, Joe, you wanted to show DAX expressions today, so let me stop sharing my screen. Okay. Let you share your screen. And then sorry for the lighting today, guys. Like usually I have really good lighting, but the way the sun's coming up now in daylight savings here on the West Coast is flooding my room with natural light, making me look very bright and washed out like that. All right.
Mine's like weird. I'm still trying to work with the lighting here, but yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah, I mean, DAX expressions, why not? Power BI is a great tool for taking data, visualizing it. It's updated almost every month, so you can have all different types of data sources. It's one of my favorite applications to use. So I thought, you know what, let's get right into DAX expressions.
Did you want to see it? There's a question by Sarath. Did you want to get to that one?
Oh, yeah, let's see. Before we venture, can you explain the difference between DAX and M? I don't know M. Go ahead. Explain a little more, Sarah. DAX expressions, I think you can really compare them to like functions. Very similar to an Excel function. Some of them are actually very similar. So if you have like an if DAX expression or if you have an if function, they work almost completely the same. There's then a lot of DAX expressions that are not in Excel or other like Google Sheets or other analytics like that. So really the main difference I think between just a DAX expression and anything else is that a DAX expression is apparently M is used with Power Query. Yeah, I'll get back to you on that. I'll take a look on M. I've never used M before. So yeah, I've never heard of M. But yeah, DAX expressions really just take, instead of like a function where it references a certain cell, DAX expressions, they reference the entire column. So when you're using these DAX expressions, when you're creating these measures in Power BI, what they're doing, and maybe that's what the M, are you talking about measures? Because measures are actually calculating the entire column. So it's really nice because then we can take data, put them into data cards, visualize those data cards, and then start to manipulate them in ways that will work for us. Whether we want to see like a projected amount increased by like 5%, we can do that with a measure. With these DAX expressions that I'm going to show you today, I'm just going to show you a couple of cool ones that I think will benefit you. But yeah, I think that's the biggest difference between like a DAX and anything else is DAX expressions are working with entire columns. So really amazing stuff here. But great question. Yeah, we'll take a look into M and we'll see.
Oh, Tom has the answer for you. Tony, actually.
Oh, there you go. Tony. M is model data. Yeah, so we'll take a look into that. I don't think there's, I don't use M a lot within Power Query. Mostly what I do is I pull the information into the query, I'll manipulate it, transform it, load it back into Power BI, and that's where I'll get into my DAX expressions, which will be for me like creating a measure, for instance. So we'll talk about measures, but yeah, I don't use M. I do use a lot of VBA coding, but not a lot of M language. So great shout out to that, and thanks Tony as well.
Thanks Tony for letting us know about M. I don't know any of it. Like I just produce video.
Yeah, we don't use M. All right. So with that said, let me share my screen. All right, there we go. Okay. So what I thought I'd do today is just pull it in, and I can see some of you are really talking in like a nice, like higher level of Power BI. So what I'll do is I'll give you some nice DAX expressions that will accommodate that. I'm going to really just go into Power Query, extract the information, transform the information, load it back into my Power BI, and then we'll create a quick little visual. And I'll show you a couple DAX expressions that I find are really important. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it from Excel. I'm going to pull just payroll 2020, just this fake little payroll worksheet here. Nothing, crazy in there. Just a couple of fake names. And in my payroll 2020, I do have to transform it because a lot of time when you pull data into the Power Query, it doesn't come over perfectly, right? So for instance, you'll have null factors in here, which we can't keep in there. If we keep the nulls in there, it's going to come across in our visuals and it's just going to mess them up. So I always say extract, transform, and load. So I'm going to load it into my Power Query here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just simply get rid of some of these null rows. I'm going to just remove rows, remove blank rows. And we've done a couple of videos on this. That's why I'm going a little faster today. I also noticed right here my headers. So if you notice these headers real quick, column 3, column 4, yeah, that's not going to work for me because when I load it into my Power BI, then I'm not going to know exactly what fields I'm looking at, right? So I won't know that column 2, for instance, is all of the first names. We want to make sure that our headers are actually pushed up. So there is a button for that. It's called Use First Row as Headers right here. So I'm going to give that a click. And I'm going to automatically push that up into the first row. So now that I have that, we have our headers looking beautiful. I just want to make sure that I'm also not having any null factors here. And look at this, we have a couple of null columns. So I'm going to just select all of these columns and simply remove them. And there we go. This data is looking a lot more cleaner than when we started. So now I'm going to do the last step, which is load it back into the system. Now that we have it loaded into the system, what we'll do is we'll create a couple of visuals, and then I'll share with you a couple of measures that I've created that I think can really help us out. Like, for instance, now that I have my fields over here, I can create just a quick visual. Like, I could create a clustered column chart. Maybe I want to see, I don't know, maybe the division. Maybe I want to see how many employees I have per division. So I'll do a count here. And now I have a nice little visual right here. And of course, we can manipulate this in any way by going to formatting, changing stuff up, maybe the data colors. Maybe I want it to be red or something. I don't know, whatever you like. Maybe a lighter blue. Ooh, that looks nice. I like that color. Maybe I want to change the way that the title looks, right? I don't like it saying count of employee number. Maybe I just want to say employees per division. That looks good. And maybe I want that in the middle. Center it, make it a little bigger because it is the title. And then let's add some data labels. I don't know. I don't like when you have to hover over, it says Vermont has 25 employees, Maine has 28. I'd rather just add like data labels there. And then maybe put those data labels in, let's just do the middle here, inside center. That looks good. So now we have our first visualization. The last thing I might want to do is round the corners and add a border to it. So I'll do border. I'll add some radius here. And look at that. Look, I just like the look of it. So we've created our first visual. I'm going to create one more visual, which will be a gauge. And we'll gauge the total amount of hours. So we'll just do, that looks good. I'm going to change the way it looks a little bit. I don't like how it says 7.02K or 3.51K. I just want the number, right? And I run into this a lot. So I'm going to go back to formatting. I also don't like how big of a gap this is. Like, it's in the middle. I want it to be a little bit more. So I'm going to change this number to 4,200. I'm going to say that the max is going to be 4,200. And you'll see here, now it changes because the maximum is changing. We'll change those data labels. I don't want them to be looking like 4.20. I'll say none. I don't want it to be auto. And there it is, 4,200. I also don't need the decimal places, so I'll get rid of that. And then last but not least, I'm going to use my callout value. And by the way, if you're new to Power BI and you're like, I really don't know where any of this stuff is, just turn it off. If I'm like, what is this called? What is this middle number? Start turning stuff on and off. Oh, there it is. So now I know that this is my call out value. So now I'll just click the drop down and I'll change it to none. Once again, I don't need the decimal places. That's totally up to you. Me personally don't like them. I might add a border here real quick, just like I did with the other one, and create a radius. And I think that looks good. Now we have our total hours. I might want to change once again that title. I don't like the way the title's looking. We'll make it like that, and let's do, oh, that looks good. And then a little over. And then let's do the title, and the title is going to be total hours. And then we'll do center. And of course, I want that title to be a little bigger. Yeah, that looks good. Why not? Maybe 25. There we go. So now we're starting to build this visual out. I might add a title to it. So I'm going to use a text box. I'll just call this Joe's payroll report or payroll dashboard, whatever you want to call it. There's no right or wrongs here. And let's add this to a 60, bold, underline, middle, center it. And let's do, maybe not 60, you know what, let's go with a 42. Oh, that looks good. And then let's move this right here. Now, the last thing that I want to do here is I want to add a slicer. So I'm just going to add a quick slicer, and let's add department to the slicer. And what I'm thinking of doing is when I add the department to the slicer, what I want to do is, even though people get to click on these slicers, and as you see, when you click on the slicer, everything filters out nice and beautifully, right? I love that. The problem is sometimes you don't know exactly what's being filtered. So what I want to do is I want to show you a DAX expression that I use often. I think it's a great DAX expression to use, and you're more than welcome to steal this for any of your things here. Let me move this over. I'm kind of a crazy person when it comes to, making sure everything's nice. But I love this little report. What I want to do now is I just want to create this one card that will tell me exactly what's being filtered. So I'll say, like, it's being filtered, I'll say something like either all is being shown right now, all the data, or if I click on development, it'll say development here. If I click research, it'll say research here. So in order to do this, I'm going to actually create what's known as the DAX expression. I'm going to use one that you've probably heard of, and then one that you've probably not heard of, and I'm going to nest it inside of the one that we've heard of. So in order to do this, the first thing I'm going to use is a measure. Now, a measure is created so that you can, once again, take data, modify it, and then display it in some sort of fashion. And the way that I like to display is by using a card. So this will be our card. This is where our measure will go. Now, to create a new measure, you're going to be in the Home tab. And inside of this Home tab, you will then go over to the Calculations command group, and you'll see New Measure here. So if I click on it, it's going to open up like this formula bar, and it's going to say, okay, Joe, what do you want to name the measure? That's the first thing we have to do, is name the measure. Now, when I name measures, I usually use some sort of some sort of naming convention, because when you name your measures, they go in alphabetical order in your fields, and then you could actually get them lost. I typically don't like to do that. So I'll either put like a 1 next to it, like a 1 point, and then the name of the measure, or an A point, name of the measure. For today, I'm just going to do A. I'll use the small a, and then I'll call it current filter. That's what the measure will be called. Now, after you do current filter, what we're going to use is a DAX expression that you're more than familiar with, probably if you've used Excel a lot. It's called the if DAX expression. And it works almost identical to the if function, where you have a logical test, then you have the result if it's true, and then the result if it's not true. What I'm going to nest in here is what's known as the selected value DAX expression. And what it does is it says, okay, what selected value do you have right now? And if I choose into a filter or a slicer, and then I choose a value, that's the selected value that I'm choosing at that moment. So if I choose development, it's going to be that selected value. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say that, listen, if nothing's selected, right? So if the selected value is equal to nothing. So I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to say selected value. Okay, so if the selected value of, and now we have to reference. Now this is very different from Google Sheets or Excel or Smart Sheets. It's not going to be some sort of reference to like a cell or a range of cells, right? It's going to be reference to, first off, the name of your query or the name of your data set, and then the name of the column that you're looking at. Now, since we're talking about the department column, that's the column that we're looking at, and we're looking at the payroll query because, well, that's the only query we have over here. So I'm going to look for payroll department. There it is. And I'm saying when the selected value of payroll department is equal to, right? We want to make sure we say equal to nothing. Now, of course, we have to put nothing in quotes because, well, if we don't put nothing in quotes, then it's just nothing's going to happen. So we have to still put that in quotes, just like that. So now I'm saying, okay, if the selected value of payroll department is nothing, right? If there's nothing there, what we're going to then do is we're going to then say if it's true, like if what do we want to say if it's true? So I'll just say if it's nothing, if it's true, then I just simply want you to put the word all, right? Because I wanted to say if you have nothing selected, then you're looking at all the data. But if it's not true, I simply want you to write the selected value of payroll. So I'm going to say selected value of payroll, right? Whatever's selected. So I'll do it again, payroll department, and then I'll close this out, right? So simply it's saying if there's no filters on, write the word all. But if there is something selected, then just simply put what's selected. And that should be our full measure. Now, once you have this measure, and if you see too many arguments, like maybe they closed too many, I don't know why they closed that many. There we go. Let's see if it's gonna work nicely for me here. Don't forget your comments and your close parentheses. There we go. That should be nice. Okay, so once you have it written, now what you're going to see is it's over here in the fields list. So now you can see it. And as you can see, it's actually on top because I put that little small a. If you don't put the small a, it would have just gone probably under benefits column. And I don't want that because then you got to go search for the measures. So if you keep it like that little a, you'll always have a way to find them at the top. So now that I have it, I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it into this card here. Let's see what happens. And look at that. It says all. So now that it says all, that's working perfectly for me. Because now if I give this a click, development, look at that. Development. That's what we're looking at, the development division. If I click on this one, sales, because I'm clicked on sales. If I click on research, staff. And if I click off, all of them are showing. So I love this DAX expression. It's one of my favorites. I use it all the time because it just helps me to see what's currently being filtered. Of course, I don't like the look of this, so you can change that. You can turn off the category, and then you can turn on the title and put something like current filter. Something like that. Make it a little bigger, maybe. I don't know. Change the color of it, center it. But I think this is one of my favorites because it's very useful, especially if people don't know really how the dashboards work. It's a nice little just call out to, hey, this is what you're looking at. And you can even add something like all data, like you can add the data into it, or you can have like selected value plus data. So if you wanted to actually just say data after everything that you put in here, it's up to you. Another thing that you can do if you wanted to continue to nest if functions in, because there is one little drawback for using the DAX expression I just used, is when you click on one like staff department or research department. But what happens if you want to look at two, like research and staff? Well, then it's going to say that it's currently filtering for all still. So it's not going to say research and staff. Can we build it to do that? Of course we can. but now you have to kind of match every single one, right? Development with research, development with sales, development with staff. And it's going to probably be like, I would say 20 if statements inside, right? Or 20 different if functions nested inside of the if. So yeah, there you go. I love that DAX expression. I hope you liked it too. I hope you enjoy it. If you want more DAX expressions, let me know. I'll show you a couple other cool ones that we've seen. But I think that's it for today. And like I said, this is my go-to DAX. It's just a fun little one. Hopefully it helps you out. And thanks so much. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for all the kind words in there. Denon, Tony, Soloria. We will get the link to that data set to you guys later. My OneDrive's all messed up, so I can't sign into it. So we will get that to you. We'll add it to the video description later once the video is posted on the YouTube channel. And again, if you guys have any other quick questions or anything like that, we only have like 1 minute, so maybe we can take one question if you guys have a question or not. But if not, yeah, we will. I'm hoping we'll be back next week, Joe. Are you going to be back next week?
Next week. I should be able to. Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, we'll
have vacation for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll be out too. So, and then yeah, just FYI, guys, just our holiday schedule, just to give you guys a heads up. On Black Friday, we will not have any video premiere or anything like that. We'll be closed for the holiday, so to speak, for that date, and then also for Christmas Eve, we will not have a video up because that's going to be also on a Friday. So we won't have a video for that. And then also New Year's Eve, we won't have a video up. I know it sounds like a lot. I mean, but it's just, we're all going to be on vacation or have those days off. So we won't be here to monitor and stuff like that. So just FYI on that. And then again, just let us know what programs you guys want us to, and software you guys want us to cover, and we will get training videos made of it. Like I said, we are also in the process of getting, for all you Apple users, we're in the process of getting Keynote, Pages, and Numbers. I hope I'm saying those program names right, but we're in the process of getting those produced as well. And then, yeah, so we're going to keep, like I said, we have videos, we have a huge backlog. So, we have videos currently through January, and we're hoping to have a backlog through June. So, you guys can expect to see more and more videos coming through. And then again, like and subscribe the channel. And then one final thing is that, our new service, Learnit Anytime, is available. That's our free ad-free version. I know on the YouTube channel, there's a ton of ads in each one of our videos. It's, one of the top comments we get is like, you guys have too many ads. Well, that's what helps us produce the videos. But if you don't want to have the ads, we do have a link, a site called learnitanytime.com. You can join there. You can earn certificates as well. So when you complete a video, you automatically earn a cert that you can download or print. So that's available as well. And if you're interested, go check it out at www.learnitanytime.com. Super easy to join. And once you can just jump right in, and all the videos are ad free and everything like that. And just an FYI, we are adding exams or assessments to Learnit Anytime soon. Those are all being written this week and next week. So those will all get added to learnitanytime.com. And then so you'll take a test, then you'll earn your certificate of completion. But that's going to be added hopefully by the end of this quarter. But no promises on that. I'm hoping by the end of Q4 that we'll have those up. But yeah, exciting things to look forward to. And we're constantly improving everything there on learnitanytime.com. So it's the premium experience of our channel. All right. But yeah, other than that, I hope everyone has a great weekend. And then tomorrow we have our offsite event, and also Visio Advanced will be premiering as well. Visio Beginner, that was with Alyssa Smith. Alyssa did an incredible job. So we hope you guys come back for the advanced part. Any last words, Joe?
No. I'm reading the comments. Thank you all so much for your support. We love doing this, and I see in the comments some of you want more DAX expressions and some more Power Query. I think maybe next week, if we all agree, we could do Power Query, and I can show you how powerful it is, not only in Power BI but also in Excel as well, because I do use the majority of it for Excel.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get scheduled right away. Yeah, so next week, guys, Power Query with Joe. We'll go through some Power Query stuff. Bring your questions if you have about Power Query. It's probably just going to be, we only have 30 minutes, so it's going to be very cursory, and we'll get into as much as we can, but we'll answer as many questions as we possibly can. It's one of our favorite things to do, is answer questions for you guys, because we know it helps you right away instead of just droning on.
Yeah, and I'll make sure to get the file for you, all of you. for next week's Power Query, so that we just have it maybe set up beforehand so you can download
Yeah,
it.
we'll have it available in the description as soon as we schedule the next show. We'll just have that exercise file in the video description if you guys want to grab it before, because you can click on the upcoming and it'll have the you'll be able to grab the link there, and then we'll drop it at the beginning of in the comments as well. Well, I hope to see everyone tomorrow. I'll be monitoring the chat in both events, so look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. And thanks again, Joe, for doing all the DAX expressions and making time before you teach Power BI again today.
Super excited.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Have a great day.